Been driving the diesel FJ Cruiser for over a year and a half now. Did a Moab trip and it survived, but it is time for some major repairs. A couple that I didn't really expect. Not the engine's fault, but definitely my craftsmanship on this one. So this is the engine mount that I kind of rushed to throw together. I didn't even gusset the bottom here, so didn't even weld this corner, and it decided to crack here. So I'm gonna make a plate that will support it from here to here, and hopefully that'll be strong enough. And while I was under the car, I found my frame cracked where the front differential mounts. I didn't really expect that one. So there's a lot of play here. Don't know how I'm gonna fix this one, but it would have to, I'll probably have to pull this whole mount off and re-weld a plate in there. It's gonna be quite the job. I'm not looking forward to it. Had to pull out the CV axle so I have more room around here. Disconnected the tie rod, and then I disconnected the steering shaft. So I'm just gonna put the engine crane on here to support this side of the engine, unbolt all the mounts, and then re-weld it. This is about as prepped as I can get this engine mount without pulling the engine. I just drilled 2 holes at the end of each crack to hopefully prevent it from cracking any further. I'm gonna weld these cracks up on both sides, and then gonna make that gusset for the bottom of the frame. Got the cracks all welded up from the top. So I just came up with this pretty simple gusset, and this is gonna go here. Gonna weld onto the frame there, and then it's gonna butt up against the engine mount up there. And then I'm gonna make one more. That should be strong enough, and it should clear my steering rack. So this is the final setup. I've got 2 plates that I welded in there in kind of a V shape. And then this welds onto the frame right there. I can't put another plate here because it will interfere with the steering shaft because this moves. So this is the best I can do, and hopefully it won't crack in the future. So I'm on the front differential mount now. This is where it cracked, up in there. I was able to use the tranny jack and lift up the drive shaft, which lifted up the diff, and I just unbolted the two mounting bolts here, and I was able to slide the mount out. Here's the mount. I just clamped it onto the vise, and luckily I was able to use this ratchet and break the center nut loose. So really, this is actually a pretty easy fix. I just gotta basically make this plate that snapped off and weld it back onto the frame. So the broken diff mount has been repaired. Definitely not the cleanest welds, but I basically just cut out a plate and threw it in there, drilled the hole, welded it into place. It's welded there, and then I flattened the top with a belt sander so it sits flat on this bushing. So yeah, I think all I gotta do is just put it in like this. Something like that. Right, drop into place. Bolt it back up onto the diff. Up there. And the FJ is fixed once again.